Good day, y'all. It's the AMs in the Black Country. Yes, the AMs. We're going to talk about anomalous communication. In my opinion, what it is, my face is dry. I just wash my face. Yeah, anomalous communication. So that could be with spirits, entities, nature. So I'm going to read some things here, right? Nature. So I'm going to read some things here, right? So they say, yeah, convergence of the mechanics of, this is what they call nature, the laws of the universal information system. So they call nature the universal information system, nature. So, so anomalous communications with nature. So you couldn't say that entities are natural. Yeah, things like that. So how does this communication happen? They don't know how the communication happens, and they just know that it does happen. So, as an experience that experiences anomalous communications with nature, I want to show you some of the signs and how you know that nature is communicating with you. So I've got my quote here because I feel I need comfort. Yes. And this lighting is, it's not lighting, you get me? The lighting is not lighting, you get me? Hold on. Let's see. Let's play with it a little bit. The lighting's not lighting though. It's lighting now, I like. Yeah. 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 So as someone, as a being that's able to communicate with nature, I'm here to tell you, yeah, that the universal information system. You're really trying. I'm trying. I'm trying because I don't want people to be saying, "Oh, you lot are mad, rare." Like you got psychic people that are out there, and you got these big judges and these big barristers that go to these people. But when you want to talk about, oh, I'm psychic, they're like, yeah, get out of here. You're not psychic. I'm like, but I'm psychic though. I am. I know you come to do some fuck shit. I know you're gonna lie. I know you're gonna cheat and steal. Do what the fuck you want to do. I know you're not going to uphold the law. So they're like, oh, well, you're not psychic. We just know that we don't do that, innit? And I'm like, well, stop lying then, innit? Stop lying. You either tell the truth or admit, innit? Admit that you go to tarot card readers. Admit that you go to oracles like this. Admit it. Admit that you go to people that have anomalous communications with spirits. Yes. You talk to dead people. Admit it. Because when Joe Public, yeah, that's what them like to call we. When Joe Public starts to come out and be like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, you're like, no, 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 you can't. Prove it. Prove it. And then you're like, well, start pay people and all of these things. So it's not like they don't know. It's just the we that don't know, like the Joe Public. Yeah, I'm greasing my hair, might as well, isn't it? So it's just us, Joe Public, that don't know about these anomalous communications. So anomalous, yeah, but you know, like anomaly, yeah. What it is really is that nature chats to people, but you just got to be still enough to listen. So nature will talk to you by sending you first of all to get your attention. Yeah, you might start seeing angel numbers. So you might start seeing 56, 54, 25, 22, that just numbers like that. And then it will get serious like 17, 17, 21, 21, 13, 13, 11, 11, 12, 12, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. It will get serious. You're like, why do I keep seeing 2, 2, 2, 2? Why do I keep seeing 5, 6s? Why do I? And then you say, okay, you look into it, and you're like, oh, there's something called angel numbers. So, oh, cool. Then all of a sudden, I ain't gonna start talking the real things now because people used to pay me. need to pay me. No, pay me money. Yeah, pay me cash money. Because it's clear you lot don't know what you're doing. Cash money. Because it's clear you lot don't know what you're doing. That's clear. So if you want to know exactly how, you're gonna have to pay us. Yeah. Like you already pay us for our service. You pay us, but you want to know exactly how. Yeah. You even go into the neural parts of the brain. And I'm like, I would tell you, yeah, like, but you lot keeping me broke, so I ain't saying nothing. You get me? Like, earn your potential. So you can make your own business, you can do your own things here. But if there's a group of people that don't want you to earn money, you're not going to earn no money. And guess who told me this? Nature, innit? Nature comes and speaks to you. And it's in the Bible anyway. I'm going to tell you one. I'm going to give you one. When you look to the top of the treetops, yeah, I'll be there. That's what the Most High says, in it. Anytime you're in doubt, if you look to the top of the treetops, I'll be there, innit? And that's all I'm saying, innit? That's all I'm saying. Because you gotta pay me. You gotta free up the thing. That's what you gotta do. Yeah. Hi to my one viewer. Hi. Anyway, we're gonna start off with the cards. I'm not giving out my trade secrets. What for? Because you write it down on paper. You don't know what you're doing. You just know how it happens. Anyway, this calculus, difficulty in learning or comprehending mathematics. So this is what most people of the ethnic communities, yeah, this is what most people are dealing with. And if they haven't got that one, because most brown skin people, most ethnic people, they know about money in it. So when it comes to maths, they're quite good. But it's this one, this graria. It's a deficiency in the ability to write. So even the word deficiency written on the paper, it just looks like I had the inability to write it, which I did. It was a bit difficult. So in the world of precognition and clairvoyance and in the world of precognition and clairvoyance and retro and post cognition, yeah. In that world, you have anomalous communications. So when people are saying, "Oh, precognition," telepathy is different, yeah, because telepathy is kind of brain to brain rather than nature around in it. So anomalous communication means, in my opinion, it means communication with things that are outside of yourself without knowing how or where or when it's going to happen. Yeah. So you've got precognition, you've got retrocognition, you've got postcognition, and you've got contemporaneous clairvoyance. Contemporary. What you need to do now, yeah, right, because they're not listening to us no more. Remove from your house all items with eyes. So, like in Islam, you're not meant to have pictures. So, like, boom, now, yeah. When you're under social services and you have social workers coming in and out of your home, they ask you questions like, why don't you have pictures of your own children up in your yard here? And you're like, blood, I see them every day, bro. Why do I need to have pictures of that? That's you lost thing, innit? Like, not everybody's culture's like that, you get me? So, man like me had to go out and get, like when you go to the food shops, the Jamaican food shops, the Jamaican hair and dresses and things like that, or just black in general, you'll see the posters like this one here. Yeah, I had to go and get black inventors. The I went in and covered the whole room with eyes, black eyes on black faces. Did they come back to the yard? No. They was frightened to come into my house. I've just got a whole black eyes. Just, yeah. Yeah, I see my children every day. They need to know about all of these black inventors in it. I'm telling you, wall to fucking wall, bruv. Every single one. And you know that they're a pound in it, £1.50 the most. Like back, I'm talking about what, 2014, 2013, 2012. Yeah. Even in the pound shop here, you can go and get like posters for children that they can learn shit, bruh. Yeah, run them out, innit? The reason why you're not meant to have these things inside of your house here, even books on the front cover with eyes looking at you, they can get in, innit? They can watch you, yeah, through their crystal balls, through their little meditation things, yeah, they can watch. Yeah. So that's why you limit and reduce the amount of eyes you have inside of your house. Mirrors is another thing as well. Like a mirror is a doorway, isn't it? So okay, like eyes of a doorway, if you want to look at it that way. Because I keep telling you, people are doors. It's a doorway. You can open it into a corridor. You can open that person to another whole rave full of people, like a whole rave, like a whole 2,000 people could just standing right behind that one person. As soon as that person opens their mouth, you don't know what's coming through them. See it? Doors. So you need to see them as doors and portals. We're going to move on to a next one that's moving in between particles. Yeah, but you lot are not ready for that one yet. So I just have to just ease you into, you get it? That's heavy, yeah. The doors. You got to deal with the doors first. The doors and the portals. So eyes are portals. Yeah, mirrors are portals. Yeah, they're doorways. So the biggest mirror that I've got inside my house, because I told you that I'm vain as well, yeah, right? Where was it? That's how small it is. See that? You looking for a mirror? Yeah. Okay, the biggest mirror. You looking for a mirror? Yeah. Okay, the biggest mirror that I've got is smaller than this because I'm aware. And sometimes, yeah, it will be like laying down like this, yeah, and then it will start to glaze, yeah. Do you know what I do when it starts to glaze? Or I know it's this cover up the mirror, bruv. Cover it up. So if you've got a long length mirror, cover it up. That's all you gotta do. Just cover it up. Close the door. Don't be jealous because I can blow my nose. One time I had the health visitor come to my house, yeah. One time when young money was like 2, I had a health visitor. I think it was like 18 months. He couldn't even been younger than that. And she was like, why is it how comes he can blow his nose? Children don't know how to blow their nose until like 4. And she was proper bare looking at me like, why can he blow his nose? And I'm like, it's a nose, isn't it? Like he must can learn how to blow his nose. That he must could. I was perplexed. And she was just bare looking at me like I'm abusing him because he can blow his nose and that. And I'm like, bruh. But apparently, certain room. Yeah. Listen, what if toys really do come alive at night time? What if they're daughter as well? Yeah. What if your child is there always bawling? Nah, they don't want to sleep in their room. Remove everything from their room. Remove everything. Leave the one bed inside their room. Just the one bed. No pictures, no nothing. Remove everything. One bed and one light. That's it. People or family think I'm crazy because I speak with clouds. You read the clouds. No, leave them. Listen, you see when people want to think that you're crazy, I beg, tell them that they're dumb. Listen, cause you don't know, innit? Like your brain is you got it. Like your brain is you got to overstand what I'm talking to. Just start talking to them like you're Einstein, bruv. Start you dash some big words on them. Grammar. Dash the grammar in their face. Yeah. That's what you do. Then they're like, oh. Just because I can have anomalous communications with the clouds, blood, fling it in their eye, let them move about mad way, crazy ooh. Because madness means mutually assured destruction, yeah, MAD. So people are disrespectful, you know. Anyway, you can get communications from anything. I told you, the ants, worms, breeze, everything. But yeah, they need to pay me. Yeah, and I don't mean pay me. I mean unfreeze my finances, bro. Unfreeze my finances. Don't be jealous because I'm gonna be a billionaire. Don't be jealous because I'll give you some. You know all of these people with their big money, yeah, right? And they're all mean and that, and they're like, oh, we don't want them to have nothing. You know why you don't want us to have nothing? Because then you won't be special no more, innit? Get out of here. Remove all copies of scripture. So if you've got pictures of scriptures on your wall and that, take them down, bruv. Take them down. Take them, handwrite that yourself and pull it up. Yeah? Don't buy this shit. Don't. If you got a Bible inside of your house, boom. If you got a Quran, boom. You sit there and you handwrite the surah that you want, right? And you make it pretty and you pull it up on your wall. You see me though? Yeah. If you're bored and you ain't got nothing to do, get one pen and start writing out the Quran. Start write out the Bible yourself and change the words. Yes, because that's what they do, in it. King James and all of them people there. Don't start, Don't start with me. But the bird. So go show them because they're too enough. They don't know nothing. Oh God. Why have you got to do this to me, bird? Bird said leave them. Leave them. This is the AMs with your auntie and your blanket. So you know how we roll, might even take two talks. Because that's how we move. God secretaries, yeah. So this we are the most we are the real secretaries. Please, please. Um, excuse me. Nah, yeah. This is a book, yeah, that in the psychology world and all of them worlds there, yeah, right? They're like, no, you haven't. I said, yes, I do. They said, no, you don't. I said, yes, I do. They said, from 17. I said, I read it at 17, blood. That's how I'm not in the madhouse. Okay. That's how mash up my book is. Yeah, the road less traveled. I am a scholar. M. Scott Peck. The road less traveled. Most people, yeah, that study psychology has had to read this book one time in their life. Sit down. And I read this when I was 17. This is why I'm not in the madhouse. I had to just keep on my mouth. Shut up my mouth and just cut and go through. Now I'm big. I'm a big person now. Man's nearly 50, Rev. 50. I want to show you tarot card. Why I graved it. Okay. And you want me to sit down and seriously believe that you're not flinging out spells on me? Sit down. After it's you that brought me to the place where I could buy the grave dirt, buy the candles, get the spell, all the woman there to help me do it if I need it. Listen, don't start with me, no. Because before the road less traveled, yeah, so you can look inside yourself and say, well, I'm a bit neurotic. I'm a bit neurotic, this is crazy. Oh, yeah. Sit down. Been reading for a long time. I've been reading since I was 3 years old, bitch. Man, I'm standing there washing their dishes and I'm reading the Sun newspaper. The Sun, big up yourself in your real life. That's how I learned to read. The Sun newspaper. So this is a dictionary of sociology. Now, I've had these books since I was 17. I told you I'm nearly 50. You're not 50. It's my 80s baby, man. Sit me down. Because we tell the truth as much as possible. When we lie, we confess. I lied the other day. I did lie. I did. But I lied with the truth at the same time. I was shouting and I was being loud in town and people was overhearing my conversation, but I egged up myself into a conversation and found out that this person was the right person I needed to chat to at that time in the first place. And the fact that this person was the right person I needed to chat to at that time in the first place. And then we got the right information. And then guess what? Young Money got what he was meant to get in it because blood clot check. Right. Right. So when you want to sit down and listen to people, yeah, right, it's not about, oh, I've got all of these books and I've read it and I know everything. No, man, no. Look at the whole package. The whole package, you get me? Like look at the whole package and be like, right, if she can do it, I can do it too, bro. If she can come from the ghetto, in the ghetto, Babylon full of the ghetto youths them. Get out. Ah, sometimes the system not get the story right. They don't get the story right and they tell enough lies. Anyway, back to the removal from the home, all the things that shouldn't be there. Yes. No, I got Venom. That's the only picture with eyes that I drawed Venom. Venom sits there and watches the door. Venom watches. Yeah, I drawed Venom. So Venom on my videos of my readings, yeah, just to let people know that Venom's there with his jagged teeth waiting to bite at people's face that feel like they can just come through doors that I didn't open. Tell them, Venom. She said, no, can't come through doors that she didn't open. Remove all of the items from your house with eyes. All of these teddy bears, remove them from your children's rooms, bruv. Especially if your child don't want to sleep in his own room, brother. If your child don't want to change the color of the room, all of these things, bruv. Listen, you can't wake up sleeping people, you know. Listen, I was in here sleeping. Young money come beat off the door yesterday. All 5 o'clock in the evening, you know. I'm sleeping. Yes, I was sleeping, catching two puss snap. Beat off my door. I was shaking for the whole time just looking at this kid like, blood. What? 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 And he's there bare loud, yeah, and telling me what happened. I'm like, blood, you know you just woke me up, bro. I'm shaking. You can't wake up people when they're sleeping because the minute they wake up, they're like, what? What do you want, Rev? Why did you wake me up? I was happy asleep in my own world. You gotta leave them. It's when people are waking up, you gotta be like, oh, you're waking up. You gotta be like Caesar. Yeah. And not Julius Caesar, no, no. Planet of the Apes, Rev. You like to watch movies? I said, well, I day on my own most of the time. What do you want me to do? Touch up myself. Planet of the Apes, the one where we bust out the canister inside the sitting there and make all of the apes start know themselves. What did he do? Where we bust out the canister inside the sitting there and make all of the apes start know themselves. What did he do? He stood by the cage thing, and everyone that come to, he stopped them and looked in their eyes and said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, go to." He stopped them and looked in there. He looked through the door. He looked in their eyes. He looked through the door and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, come to, come to, come to, come to." And then what did he do? He bust out the fucking place and took his people them, his monkeys them, his come to, come to, come to. And then what did he do? He bust out the fucking place and took his people them, his monkeys them, his gorillas them, his orangutan brethren. He took them back to where? To real civilization. Civilized peoples dashing their own shit out the window, come thief people's construction and don't know how to work it good. Thieves. Walking in their own shit with their tuberculosis and their black death. Thieves. Thieves. So sometimes you just have to let people sleep. Let them sleep. Don't try to wake people up. Leave them alone. Be like Caesar. You look at the ones that are already awake and you take them and you lead them to where they need to go. It's that simple. Yeah. I mean, at least you can take them and lead them to water. The ones that are sleeping, you can't lead them to no water. They're asleep. And they're asleep for a reason. Yeah. Remove all copies of scripture. Write out prayers by hand. And I don't mean dash away the books, you know. Don't throw them away. Just put them, pack them up away. Just put them, pack them up. When you're reading bedtime stories to these children as well, bruv, you got to know what you're reading, you know. I had one story called On the Potty, Get on the Potty training. So now the mummy and the daddy bear, yeah, is telling the baby bear, get on the potty. And the baby bear's telling them, no. So get on the potty, no. Next page, get on the potty, no. Next page, get on the potty, no. The last page, get on the potty, all right. This motherfucker, yeah, this little bastard, the one that I'm reading the book to, you know. Yeah, my young money, he's a little baby these times, get me. So I'm reading the book to him now. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this boy started to tell me no, no. Every minute, no. It started to be his very favorite word, no. To this very day, 15 years later. The one pussy clot book, the one fucking storybook, the one book. 15 years later. You gotta be careful what you're telling them. You gotta be careful what you're telling them. You gotta be careful what you're telling them, what you're showing them the minute that they're born. Unstable connection. Don't like to hear about love, unstable connection. Yeah. So I kept on. So when your child is very small, in my opinion, when your child is very small, you can teach it to talk, and it will whatever you say to it. If you say it enough times, by the time they're like 4 or 5 months, they will start talking back to you. But they will just say what you're saying to them. Yeah. If your baby or child cries too much for no reason, it could be a sign of witchcraft and sorcery. So if you have a baby in your house or a child, or this could be from 0 to up to like 25, Rev. Yeah. Like if you got like a kid and that's just been miserable its whole life down and that's a sign of witchcraft being done on your family. Then so we seek refuge in the most high creator of all, source of all life. That's what we do every day. Just like the Muslims, they seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan. Yeah, that's what they do. We seek refuge in the Almighty Creator of all creations, the source of all life. That's where we seek refuge. He's our Sheila and our Bakla, our guide and protector. Yeah, yeah. Don't know, sister. No, no, it's in the Bible. Did I, sister? He's our Sheila and our Bakla. Our guide and protector. Never let I down. Everyone just sing, yeah. Prayers are spells. No one ain't gonna watch it this far, bro. So it's just you and I. Prayers are spells. Every prayer you pray, every prayer you're casting. That's what you're doing. Spells for protection, spells for abundance, whatever it is. Every prayer that you pray, you're casting the spell. Prayers are you're doing. Spells for protection, spells for abundance, whatever it is. Every prayer that you pray, you're casting the spell. Prayers are that you pray, you're casting the spell. Prayers are prayers. Because if you're doing a bad spell, you're praying like you're hunting someone down. You get me? If you're doing good spells, you're praying prosperity, stability, progress, protection. Man's got an unstable connection. I'm gonna put back my books on it. I'm gonna put back my books with this unstable connection. Stable again, good. So most of Psalms for protection and abundance and praising the Almighty Creator for all of the things that for protection and abundance and praising the Almighty Creator for all of the things that He protects us from without us knowing it. I don't like to say He, but people. So you just gotta the Most High protects us. Yeah, and you've got to praise the Most High from stuff that the Most High protects us from. So building traumatic experiences to feed off of you. Witchcraft. Witchcraft normally starts, and people doing witchcraft on you normally starts in early childhood. So they create early childhood trauma, which is unfair treatment and all forms of abuse, every kind of it you can think of is a form of witchcraft, and it's a form of control. When someone wants to control and manipulate you, that's a form of witchcraft, isn't it? So as people, we don't really like to sit down and think that men really do these Gargamel stuff. Yeah, I have to. smash that. Forget me, I have to. Like, there's a lot of gargoyles out there. Yeah, a lot. And we don't look at men and think, oh, you get me, wizard, warlock, a myth, bruv. You've got a lot of rituals, all of these things. Yeah, a lot, a lot, a lot. Why you keep saying it? Because there is. Like, there's so much. There's so much of them. I think that the men outnumber the women. To be fair, I do. I do. That the men that do witchcraft outnumber the women by plenty. They do, especially money rituals. They do. Yeah, 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 yeah. Most of it is to block your powers from a very young age. So so you can feel helpless and defenseless. And then obviously it's one person always is always one person in the family. Oh, you can depend on me. They're always mean to you, innit? But that person never detaches from the family. That person's always connected to the family, never detaches, but they always want to make it out like they're the only person that you can depend on. Fully detached from these people, fully detached. Anybody that's causing you pain inside of your heart, yeah, move them away from you. Man, child, parents, I don't care who it is, especially that if they can take care of themselves, especially if they can take care of themselves, dash them in the bin. Move far away because you're blocking your own powers. So, because you're around low vibrational people that are vibrating at a low vibration, yeah, it's like hopscotch in there. Like when you're waiting to jump into you get me? It's going at a speed and it's going at a rhythm. So you've got to now match the speed and the rhythm in it. So you're going at a speed and a rhythm. And guess what they keep on doing? So every time they put their shoulder in, the skipping rope, it stops in it. It stops the skipping rope. And the skipping rope's like, now it's got to build back up the thing in it. And then it's got to build back up again. Get me? You're vibrating at different levels, bruv. And it's not okay. You can even no, I'm not going to take it scientific because you're not ready for that one yet. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because our vibrations is like you could be vibrating like this, and they could be vibrating like that. So you're doing this, and they're doing that. You get me? And you're doing this, and they're doing that, and you're trying to come together. It's not gonna come together, is it? It's not. It's not. So one of you's got to change your vibration. You see it? So you can now match their vibration and be low with them, or you can just keep going up. You get me? And let them stay down there with their little one vibration. And remember, they're vibrating with one. You got two, bro. That's how simple I can make it. You get me? So most of the time, the abuse will start from when you're very, very small. Yeah. Up until listen, as I said, you got people that are sitting down there, even in their 60s, vexed about what happened to them 40 years ago, bruv. Now you're mad. You're the mad person. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're mad. You can't be sitting down there 40 years later, vexed. No, you can't do that. You can't. Move on, bruv. Move on. Oh, the reason why I'm like this is because they did that. No, bruv. Move the fuck on. Move on. Oh, geez. You see when people are watching you, you're like, oh, goodness gracious. But no one ain't watching me now. So you have to vibrate at a different level to people. And once you vibrating at a different level, people try to come and match your vibration, but they just drop off on strain, you get me? So you just have to be no one ain't gonna watch me this far, brother. No one ain't gonna watch me this far. You just have to just be in a place where it's not like happiness, yeah, or contentment. You just gotta be in a place of knowing. Like just knowing in it. Just knowing that's it. So when you know, you're like, oh, uh, mm. Knowing's the part that turns people mad as well. Knowing's the part. So in my opinion, the people that are doing the targeting there, the gang stalkers, they always wear glasses and they always wear hats. Those are their signatures. Mm. Sunglasses, glasses, rims, that's what they wear. And they always do stuff like hold their hat, nod their head. They do slick shit. And there's people that notice everything better. You get it? So they can't be like they can't be on certain blocks doing certain things because in certain places they will just get gunned down. Yeah, because we're talking about worldwide now. We're not talking about just in the UK. In the UK, they can pull stunts like this and don't get shot in their face, you get me? But in certain other places, they've got to be and they've got to do things to people that won't just shoot them in their face because now their employers don't care. Their employers are like, you can get shot in the face. We don't care. The aim is to break down the experience. The aim is to break down the subject. Yeah. And this is what they call people like me that experience communications, anomalous communications. Okay. They call us subjects. So the aim is to break down the subject. So the stalker now can do almost anything they want, except for whatever the criteria is. Yeah. So you can like draw on their floor outside their front door and do things like that. But you can't go and engage them. You can't go and put your hands physically on them. You can like lead them into an argument with you, but you can't fight with them. And if a fight does break out, you are on your own. Don't call my name. You're not part of this. You're just gonna have to deal with it like how a normal person deals with getting arrested. That's it for violence on the street. So that's exactly what a gang stalker, their remit is, whatever their remit is, they have to follow that in it. But if something arises and you bust out their face, the most that's going to happen to you is you're going to be tried normally in it because they're like, oh, it's a person and you shot them in the face and we've caught you. So any way to bring the subject down, that's it. Bring down the subject. Period. And if the subject somehow works out what the fuck is going on, we have to make that subject look crazy. Yeah, any means necessary. But if the subject or experience comes out in a way where we cannot make them look crazy, we cannot just kill them. They got to get more and more sophisticated. That means putting more and more effort and more thought into how to bring down the subject. You see? So that way, the targeters now, the stalkers now, they're going to come in all different angles. You see? And they really do like to send things that they think you like. I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them. No, no, I don't like none of them. They will send people that look like you. I don't like them. They will send people that can do what you do. I don't like them. Because one piece that they always seem to forget is that people with certain spiritual gifts know the truth and they know the lie. They know when or not. It's like being a proper people that know that you're lying or know that you're telling the truth. You've got people that interrogate people and they're like, we know they're telling the truth, but we're just going to press them anyway. We know that they're telling the truth. We're going to press them anyway to see if they lie. And this is how they know how they do experiments on people. They get it. They will press you and press you and press you, and then people will lie. They break people. are highly gifted. It gives them pleasure in doing that. And really, that's their life's purpose. Everything else that you see, shops, buildings, all of them other things here, is like a front, isn't it? Really, their main mission in life is stop the spiritually gifted people. That's it. That's their whole mission in life. Imagine being born or being this being. Your whole state of being is to fuck with another person, is to fuck with another being. Like your whole state of being, your whole existence is to stop that spiritually gifted person from realizing their spiritual gifts and using them. Not even just realizing it and using them. That's their whole existence. Could you imagine being born for that? I wouldn't like that at all. That's why deep down inside, I can't get angry at the worm shit. No, they're just worm shit. Yeah. Like all people, if they're just worm shit. Because now you're sitting on the inside, bothering spirituality and achieving their spiritually gifted mission in life. That's what you're stopping them from doing. So you're sitting there like the dickhead, knowing that all of these people ain't shit. Knowing that, like you know it. And the fear inside of you that keeps you inside of this circle is knowing that you don't want none of this to happen to you. You're willing to inflict all of this on a spiritually gifted person to stop them from achieving and being on their spiritually gifted mission, not realizing that you yourself have a spiritual gift as well. They don't just accept normal people, even if you got 0.1%, 0.1% of the blood or the DNA or the gene that carries these gifts. Yeah, who knows? Because that's what they say, it's in the gene. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. But who knows? You get it? If inside of yourself you really knew that you could achieve a certain level, would you still go out there and target people? Would you still hurt people? And on that level, you know that it happens. You know now that it happens. So now to break away from that circle now or that square of people, how are you going to now do? Remember, you started off as just thinking life was normal. Just going through two twos now. You saw something. You decided to be a snitch. And not even a good snitch. You decided to gaslight and tell lies on this spiritually gifted person. It went through the missions and the computer said, "Oh, what? You're a dickhead. Oh, cool, say nothing. We want dickheads like you to be gang stalkers." Yeah, that's how it works, in my opinion. You get it? So now you decided because they've always been watching that person, always from the day that that person was born. So anytime anybody does any fuck shit, if that person's back involving certain avenues, yeah, like social services, government, all of them things. When someone phones up and tells lies on you, in my opinion, yeah, the government's already been watching you, so they know exactly what you're doing. So now they know that this person is a see you next Tuesday. They're a dickhead. Yeah. So now they've paid to do other missions because we already know that you're. That's how it works. We've been watching this person their whole life. There's nothing you can tell us about this. We know more about that person than that person knew about their self. Cut person's ancestors came and put their foot in their ancestors, the DDT, yeah, they stone cold son yeah, and the rest of the ancestors were standing there with people's eyebrow, just blood, what? Yeah, active breath. Now, man's able to sit here because they think that they've got you in a little box. You see it? But outside of that box now, you've got Harry